Hello, dear students. Welcome to Economics with Bhargav ma'am. Today, this is the second video on demand, and I hope you have already gone through the first one, in which we covered the definition of demand and determinants of individual demand and market demand. Today, in this video, we'll cover few concepts related to demand. So, let us start. The first concept which we will pick up is demand function. So now to study demand function, let's revise determinants of individual demand. Now, price of the commodity denoted by PC, price of the related commodity PR, income of the consumer given by A, taste and preference of the consumer given by T and P. Now, to understand demand function, you have to understand that demand is of an individual called individual demand. When demand of all the individuals is summed up together, that becomes market demand. So when we try to represent the determinants which affect the demand of an individual in an equation form, we start calling it as demand function. So demand function shows functional relationship between demand of a commodity and its determinants. तो जब मैं डिमांड फंक्शन बोल रही हूँ तो ये बाय डिफॉल्ट इंडिविजुअल डिमांड फंक्शन है और इंडिविजुअल डिटर्मिनेंट डिमांड के डिटर्मिनेंट्स कौन कौन से थे प्राइस ऑफ द कमोडिटी प्राइस ऑफ द रिलेटेड कमोडिटी इनकम ऑफ द कंज्यूमर टेस्ट एंड preference. So now when I put it in a form of equation, it is demand is equal to price of the commodity, price of the related commodity, income, taste, and preference. Now, when I want to study about market demand function, I must know the determinants of market demand. And determinants of market demand are price of the commodity, price of the related commodity, income, taste and preference, number of consumer, distribution of income, and expectations. So when I put it in an equation form, all the determinants of market demand, that becomes market demand function. So market demand function shows functional relationship between market demand of a commodity and its determinants affecting market demand. सो डिमांड फंक्शन क्या बना मार्केट डिमांड फंक्शन ये देखिए सारे डिटर्मिनेंट्स को मैंने लाइन अप कर दिया एक इक्वेशन फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट कर दिया ये बन गया मार्केट डिमांड फंक्शन नाउ नेक्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट विच यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड इट विल गो अ लॉन्ग वे आई थिंक इन एवरी टॉपिक यू विल स्टडी अबाउट schedules. So now basically what is schedule? Schedule is a table. So whenever price and quantity relation in demand, that is the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, if we try to show this relationship in a table form, I start calling it as demand schedule. So, tabular representation of different combinations of price and quantity demanded by an individual is referred to as demand schedule. ये देखो demand क्या होती है inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Demand is the quantity demanded which the consumer is willing to buy at a given price, given time. तो देखो भाई consumer, suppose a consumer क्या determine कर रहा है कितना डिमांड कर रहा है प्राइस 1 पर 10 यूनिट्स प्राइस 2 रुपीज़ पर 8 यूनिट्स प्राइस 3 रुपीज़ पर 6 यूनिट्स so on so forth. So the demand of a consumer presented in tabular form is called demand schedule. Okay, so when I talk of demand of an individual, I start calling it individual demand schedule. Demand schedule by default is nothing but individual demand schedule. So look, first combination, एक प्राइस पर 10 यूनिट्स डिमांडेड, दो प्राइस पर 8 यूनिट्स डिमांडेड, तीन प्राइस पर 6 यूनिट्स डिमांडेड. So when I am putting this price and quantity combination in a table for an individual consumer, say Prisha, then it's called individual demand schedule. Okay, so now what is market demand schedule? भाई सब कंज्यूमर्स की अगर हम डिमांड को टेबुलर फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट करने की कोशिश करें तो उसी को कहते हैं कि मार्केट डिमांड शेड्यूल. So tabular representation of different combinations of price and quantity demanded by all the consumers taken together. That is summation of individual demand represented in a tabular manner is referred to as market demand schedule. देखिए, सपोज करिए हमारे पास दो कंज्यूमर्स हैं, ए कंज्यूमर बी कंज्यूमर. आप कोई भी नाम ले सकते हो. लेट्स से कंज्यूमर प्रिशा एंड कंज्यूमर प्रत्युष. मेरे यहाँ सिर्फ दो ही कंज्यूमर हैं, मैं ऐसा मानती हूँ मार्केट में, ए एंड बी. So at price A, how much is consumer A demanding 10 units? At 2 price, 8 units demanded by A. At 3 price, my consumer A demands 6 units. Now what does my consumer B demands? At price 1, he is demanding 8. At price 2, he is demanding 6. At price 3, he is demanding 4. So I'm assuming that there are only two consumers in the market. So when I add the demand of both the consumers, I arrive at market demand. And how do I read it now? At price 1, market is demanding 18 units. At price 2, market is demanding 14 units. At price 3, market is demanding 10 units. So when I sum up the demand of individuals, I arrive at market demand. ओके. सो अब इस स्केड्यूल को जब मैं ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन करती हूँ तो उसी को बोलते हैं कर्व. तो अगर डिमांड के स्केड्यूल को कर रही हूँ तो कहेंगे डिमांड कर्व. तो ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन of different combinations of price and quantity demanded by an individual is referred to as demand curve or individual demand curve. अब देखिए, ये रहा डिमांड कर्व. और ये कैसे है? वही जो मेरा स्केड्यूल था, मैंने इसको यहाँ पे प्लॉट कर दिया. सो आई अराइव्ड एट इंडिविजुअल डिमांड कर्व और डिमांड कर्व. सिमिलरली जब मैं सारे कंज्यूमर्स की जो प्राइस और क्वांटिटी के कॉम्बिनेशन है उसको सम अप करके ग्राफिकली प्रेजेंट करती हूँ तो वही हो जाता है मार्केट डिमांड कर्व. Horizontal summation of different combinations of price and quantity demanded by all consumers graphically presented is called market demand curve. Okay, ये देखिए, ये रहा मार्केट डिमांड शेड्यूल और ये रहा आपका मार्केट डिमांड कर्व. पहले ए का प्लॉट करा, फिर बी का करा और फिर मार्केट का कर दिया. आई हैव अराइव्ड एट मार्केट डिमांड कर्व. So I hope the concept of demand function, demand curve, and demand schedule is clear to you. For better understanding, listen to the video once or twice or many times till the concept is clear. And for further notification, continuously subscribe my channel and share with all your friends. Happy learning!